here, 3v3, Argent Shelf Redux, blue team. First up we have Fear as a Warboss, angry melee commander that walks through cover. Very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. Going to be incredibly tough late game. Alongside GiDDoLo, where's he gone? There he is, an Eldar Farseer support commander that fights in melee combat. Lots of great buffs for her army, some crowd control and debuffs too. And rounding out the blue team is Raffa, plays a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and destructive commander with lots of manipulative spells and some offensive spells too. Red team, bunch of Astartes. First up is Max Power as a Force Commander, offensive, melee, quite versatile though, can tank, disrupt and support with buffs. Alongside it's Caeltos, lead designer of Elite Mod, plays a Grey Knight Brother Captain, durable commander that walks through cover, very good offense and support, fights in melee combat. And rounding out red team is Final Push as a Techmarine, starts out range combat with this bolter, can get a melee weapon, good DPS and utility, can build structures and repair. Looks like it's Max Power on the west side. Yes, up against that Warboss, Force Commander versus Warboss. Pretty nice matchup. We have Caeltos with a strike squad on the field, tactical marines all round for the Space Marine players, and Fear not going double shooters. Look at this, double sluggers up. Maybe followed by a Pain Boy or Storm Boys or something. Interesting to see what he goes for. GiDDoLo with some Howling Banshees, Raffa with Chaos Space Marines in between two Heretic squads. This is Wordbearers DLC, recolored black, perhaps to emulate Black Legion. Can't really see the badge because they're all infiltrated. 466, 496. Some Doom Bolts flying in. Farseer standing by, Banshees and Dire Avengers there. What is she going to use her guide on? Heretics taking damage from those Stormtroopers. They really do pack a punch with their Sergeant in tier 1. Decent range they seem to have as well. Not sure if it's any longer than bolters, etc. Here comes the Brother Captain, going to tie up those Chaos Space Marines, which is 30 DPS power melee weapon, and Raffa's Sorcerer is forced to retreat. Can we see the badge on these guys? It's, I'm not sure what it is, but it's not Black Legion. West side, Sluggers are not capping Mr. Fear. He's going for a Pain Boy to back them up. This is going to be pretty fun to see against Space Marines. Max Power going for Devastators. He must have seen those double sluggers. He's not even contesting the west side now. He should be pushing through to this power perhaps. You do not need to directly engage an enemy to make them think about stuff. If you push towards this power, all of a sudden Fear has to make the choice of whether to stick with this cap or come and defend. Right at the moment he doesn't have any choice to make. Max is sticking still for now. He has shotguns up on his scouts, obviously waiting for his Devastators to hit the field before he engages. Strike squad into a Purgation squad for Caeltos. These guys carry incinerators, flamers that suppress infantry. Also generally like flamers, good versus garrisons, cover and structures. But not other flamers can suppress like this one. 434, 481 Warboss in retreat. He has the Bang Bang Hammer to buff those sluggers, and that Pain Boy also has Angry Bits. So looking forward to those engagements down there. He needs to deal with that Devastator squad though, because it's quite narrow on this west side. Could see Storm Boys, and if we see Storm Boys, that is a fearsome melee force in tier 1. Pain Boys power melee, the Storm Boys power melee, and double sluggers. 434, 466, a bit of a standoff in the mid, which often happens in this map. It's quite a gulf to cover to push the other team's natural victory point. That was Warp Rift getting scouts into big trouble and takes them down. Nicely done by Raffa. 434, 464, here comes Caeltos in from the west side, flanking Brother Captain in amongst a bunch of Heretics of double aspiring champion Heretics. Here comes Fear. That is a bad position for Caeltos, and a full retreat as you'd expect. Look at this melee force, double aspiring champion Heretics, double sluggers and a Pain Boy, and Storm Boys are on the way. That's going to be awesome. Not to forget that Warboss either. I pretty much guarantee we're going to see the Thunderhammer in tier 2 from Max Power. Will be very surprised if we didn't. 415, 464, especially when he sees these Storm Boys. Final push with some Assault Marines. Caeltos now going for a Rhino. Force Commander in retreat. Pain Boy lurking around. This guy has a heal, though it can only affect Orky units. small upfront heal with a very strong heal over time. Force Commander caught in retreat, but that suppression helped him escape, I think. And Raffa comes to double the west side. Red team have the 2-1. Assault squad on capping duty. Tactical Marines do cap faster, but they're going to come and harass these heretics, which is safer for them since they don't need to engage in melee to attack them effectively. Forcing melee as they retreat though, and the red team retain this node here. 388464 Shuriken is surely going to get jumped. No, not going to get jumped. Farseer perhaps made them think twice. Also, Caeltos Sorcerer was coming in. And oh, that's why they retreated, because there's a relay beacon right here. Allows you to retreat back to it, also allows you to reinforce and give some health regen. And that's a pretty good place to put it, I think. Storm Boys, double sluggers, and a Bang Bang Hammer Warboss. This is going to be painful for Max. Needs to get tier 2. If he can, I'd get a Dreadnought and the Thunderhammer. If he can swing it. But now Devastator's caught by those power melee Storm Boys. That is painful. Hard Boys goes up on them. Global buff from the Warboss gives them 25% less damage received. And there's a Pain Boy heal as well. Wow. Such awesome synergy with melee squads, of course, and makes Storm Boys even more dangerous. Tactical Marines getting away with a single model. Storm Boys jumping after them. Storm Boys have awesome damage, but they are terrible at chasing units. They're very slow on their feet, as you can see there, and they kind of tumble after units with that passive jump. But they do take down the Force Commander with help from the Pain Boy there. What's going on here? Relay Beacon in trouble. Red team under huge amounts of pressure here. Double Shurikens from GiDDoLo. And look at this build from Raffa. Double Heretic CSM and double Havocs. That's 50 power spent on Heretics and another 60 spent on Havocs. And the Sigil of the Rift, I'm not sure how much power that is, but a relatively heavy tier 1 for Raffa. Brother Captain chasing off the Shuriken. Strike squad are here. Heavy infantry that are powerful both melee and range. They can get a upgraded weapon as well. A ranged weapon. We'll see what he goes for. Here's the Rhino, a tier 1 transport for Grey Knights, has super heavy infantry armor and doesn't have a weapon until tier 2, where you can also give it vehicle armor. Also provides a heavy cover bonus for allied units nearby. 388365, and he's going to use it to cart his units and defend this power harass. Down goes the node. Not sure what those incinerators were shooting at, but now they're shooting at the right thing. Seem to be shooting at the bunker there. 388356. Storm Boys running away. They do get away fine though. Brother Captain has his Unending Purge, which is set to be buffed in the next update. We'll see what happens though. None of these changes so far are final. We have Stone Guard veterans for max power with their Hellfire rounds loaded in, extra damage to light infantry and commanders, which is Fear's entire army pretty much, but he does have a war truck on the way. Plasma cannon also up for max, and he does have that Thunderhammer. Plasma cannon is an artillery piece. Look at the range, easily covering the victory point there, and doesn't cost any power. 388328. Howling Banshees have their aspect of strength. Sigil of the Rift causing all sorts of shenanigans. And the teleporter relay, was it replaced or did it survive? I think it survived. Techmarine backing off, doesn't have any war gear, and the Rhino has a las cannon on top now. Also getting the vehicle armor upgrade, reinforced armor plating. 387 and 325, so that's quite a lot of resources put into this Rhino. They're trying to take down this beacon, now being repaired by the Techmarine, all kicking off though. The Strike Squad in melee combat with the Heretics and standing up well. They're going to force them off in fact, but they do have to retreat. Dreadnought is up for final push with those 2 close combat weapons. This guy is a beast in melee combat. Right out the gate, has an awesome, he's got these assault cannon now. He has an awesome Emperor's Fist ability as well. Look at him inspiring troops with all these melee kills. You may have saw there the Terminator Librarian briefly, now in retreat but does get away. I would have kept this thing as a melee Dreadnought. He's up against Banshees and those double Heretics, but he's gone for the Assault Cannon. We'll see how it goes. Max Power lost his both of his Devastator squads. He is under serious pressure here. Stone Guard Veteran is just about getting away. Storm Boys have a staggered jump which allowed these Devastators these are Devastators. He lost his Plasma Cannon, guys. I thought he lost both Devastator squads. Lost his Scouts at some point as well. The Force Commander does get away, has Artificer and Teleport back. Why does he have Teleport back? Because a full melee army. Not sure. Can't get a Dreadnought now, that's for sure. 360, 311. Serious pressure on that side for red team. We have Sergeants up for final pushes, Tax and Assault Marine squad. And here's that Dreadnought coming in to make a difference. No, it's walking away. By the Captain in amongst all these Orks. Are we going to see the Nemesis Demon Hammer from this guy? Terminator Librarians in there. Support Sub-Commander for Grey Knights. Looks like he's going to go down though. Yeah, that Stormboy Knob Leader is a nut job. Last Cannon Rhino takes down the War Truck. Orks absolutely running right. Look at the losses they're causing. Finally, they retreat. That was crazy. Bang Bang Hammer buffing them like nuts. Gives them a speed buff and a damage buff for each hit. Something's flying around here. Yeah, Dawn of War 2 Physics Sphere. 360, 276. Wraithlord up now for GiDDoLo, and red team under insane amounts of pressure here. How are they going to recover? 360, 275. Mark of Thorn Chaos Dreadnought. 2 close combat claws will deal with the enemy Dreadnought because he can tie it up and do lots of DPS. Double Bright Lances for GiDDoLo. That is a very strange choice. Maybe against a Rhino and a Dreadnought it will pay off. Brother Captain in retreat. Final pushes Dreadnought backing away. Max Power has retaken the west side, but it's not pushing power. 354, 275. Wraithlord with the shoulder mounted Shuriken Cannon. The Chaos Dreadnought pushing all the way into base because Raffa can teleport it out with the Chaos Sorcerer globally. He's trying to finish this Dreadnought off. There is the Blood Rage. Increased damage, speed and durability, but you lose control of your Dreadnought. There's Mark Target. Is he going to regret this? Does regret it. Does not teleport out the Dreadnought. Did he not have? Oh, he's in retreat, that's right. Don't think you can do it when you're in retreat. Purgation Squad with their Psy Cannons up. Good damage to all targets. Small area of effect. Ripping apart that Dreadnought with Mark Target on them. Mark Target from Signum Armor. Also have the Melter Gun up. 340, 274. 2-1 Cat. Blue team have both the naturals, and here comes Fear back out of his base with this terrifying melee army. Everything packed into the War Truck, I think. Cheap and cheerful transport allows you to reinforce your allies and transport them inside. Doesn't do barely any damage though, and doesn't have a lot of hit points, just 350. 340, 261. Thunderhammer Force Commander going after that Warboss. Here come the Storm Boys though, and there's a big stomp from the Warboss from his sidewalk implants. Knockback stun and some damage. Force Commander runs away. He wasn't knocked back because he had Battle Cry active. All of the Orks piling out. The Sluggers fully upgraded with burners and Knob Leader, and that Knob Leader looks like he's stuck behind the War Truck. Everything chasing down the Rhino, taking a lot of damage here. It's that Stormboy Knob, I think. Max Power has his Dreadnought up, and he's keeping it in its melee form, which is the right choice, I think, against all of these Orks. Hammer of the Emperor has already been used. Does have a great special attack though, and he forces off those Orks. Now Fear has a decision to make. Does he go for the Power Core? Needs his Warboss up first. Does he go for the Power Core or some other kind of melee? Some other kind of vehicle panel, I should say. 340, 226. Down goes the War Truck. Bad engagement for Fear. Pretty much got doubled. And the Dreadnought was all over him. This is going to be a vital unit for Max. Needs to try and get tier 3 now, I think. Get some Lightning Core Terminators, maybe. 340, 215. Wraithlord with 33 hit points gets away. Just about. And so does Final Push's Dreadnought with 71 hit points. Wish I saw that engagement. 340, 209. Double Bright Lance is deadly. We also have an Autocannon Havoc squad. Chaos Space Marines with Markov Zinch, Aspiring Champion also, and they flee. Red team need to consolidate somewhat in the mid and push off blue. Down goes the Wraith Lord. What was it doing running back in? I thought it was clear. Big mistake from GiDDoLo if he ran it back in. Max Power bringing his Dreadnought to the mid now is going to lead this charge, has his Stone Guard veterans there as well. They have their Kraken bolts loaded, which aren't that useful at the moment. Going to be tweaked in the next update, hopefully. 340, 186. Terminator Librarian is capping, has the Codicum Aeternum, gives him shrouding, allows him to infiltrate the target squad. Begins with the Curse ability, I believe it's called Curse or Purge or something, which is awesome. Increasing the damage the target foe takes for 30 seconds it lasts for. Also begins with Smite, much like the Space Marine Librarian. Stormtroopers forcing off those sluggers. These guys have their grenade launchers and they can try and cap this VP now. Some good Rhino usage from Caeltos. This thing's level 3. Blue team still very much putting pressure on Red's natural though. Stormboy's jumping in. Fear has come mid. And he does have a Power Claw Warboss, 95 heavy melee DPS. That thing hurts everything. Assault Marine's in there, a nice Merciless. Banshee's in trouble. Are they going to get away here? I don't think they are. No, they don't. Loses his Banshees, GiDDoLo. Down goes the Farseer as well. Does she have Spirit Stones? I'm not sure what she has. But we do have a Fire Prism up. 338, 186. Huge engagement here. Dreadnought. Both the Dreadnoughts, in fact, doing a great job. This Warboss is going to go down. Max taking him down with the Dreadnought and his Force Commander. Warboss doesn't really have the hit points to go 1-to-1 with the melee Dreadnought at level 3 with Cyborg implants. 338, 186. Bright Lance go down. That was an absolutely terrible engagement for blue team. Wow, red team really coming back into this. There's the Fire Prism though, which will be a pain in the ass to deal with. They always are. Full retreat. Can red team push through and take blue's natural? What's going on here? Why's no one capping? Here comes Stone Guard veterans. No power harass at all from red team. We had a small power harass from blue over here. Not sure if they've hit this one. They must have, because all 3 gens replaced there. 338, 186. Red team getting into tier 3 though. Blue team were already all tier 3, and the second Fire Prism from GiDDoLo. Double Fire Prisms, very popular tier 3 for Eldar. Sycan is doing a good job there with some rear armors. Look at the damage this Fire Prism took. We do have a Chaos Predator up with Markov Pawn, a very underrated upgrade I think. Really seriously buffs the damage of its side sponsored heavy bolters. I think it's by 75%, and it's only 130 to upgrade it to this. So if you're against a very infantry heavy tier 3, get the Markov Pawn Predator. Somebody's jumping in. Are they going to chuck their melter bomb or something? Yes they are. It's the Predator. Fire Prism will knock down allied units, which is annoying. 311, 186. These heretics in absolutely thrashed, and I get the feeling they're just going to bleed Raffa a lot now. Techmarine trying to finish off this Chaos Predator. Down go those scouts. He has Melter Gun on rear armor, and there's Orbs of the Omnis Eye, and down goes the Chaos Predator. I think it was the Vengeance rounds from the Stone Guard that finished it off. 301, 186 kicking off on the west side. Dreadnought still kicking some serious ass. There's a special attack, and Caeltos supporting with his Rhino here. Down go those sluggers, taken down by Devastators in melee combat I think, with help from Stone Guard though. And Fear had a very bad engagement. His tier 3 has a lot of red. Down goes the Pain Boy. Really didn't want to lose that guy. Wow, this Dreadnought is running riot. Is he going to get the tier 3 upgrade for it? Dark Age of Technology. Can the Warboss take it down? Just about couldn't manage it. He did. He was using Ard Boys there to try and do it. Stormboy still in this engagement. This is crazy from Fear. He's got to retreat out. And he's going to lose that Slugger squad as well. And look at this. All of a sudden Fear, he has no units in fact. Loses the Stormboys. Loses absolutely everything. Wow. Stayed in that engagement way too long. If you're trying to engage, you don't go after a melee Dreadnought with just Power Claw, Warboss and Stormboys with all of this support here. He went for it and it didn't pay off. 301, 158. Raffa seems to think it's over, Fear remarking that he's got rocks and is now going for a looted tank. He has a lot of resources and a lot of red. And we have Chaos Terminators on the field for GiDDoLo and double Fire Prisms. Sorry, Chaos Terminators on the field for Raffa and double Fire Prisms from GiDDoLo, so I don't think it is over. Autocannon Havocs and Marquezine CSM still too. All three commanders are down though. Seems like it would be a good idea for GiDDoLo to repurchase. He could revive Raffa. He's floating a lot of resources. He must be going for an avatar here. 286, 158. Right Lance needs to run away. There we go. And he's going for a, no, he's not going for a decannon. Was going for a decannon and cancelled it. Rhino is level 4. We have autocannon terminators. It's got a big chunk of health from that Rhino. And we have a strike squad armed with a side cannon. So we have 4 side cannons in Caeltos' army, and he goes tier 3. Terminator Librarian has hit level 2. Doesn't do a huge amount of DPS. I think it's 55 power melee. Assault squad running away, level 2. What is this Dreadnought doing? Level 4 Dreadnought for final push. Is he going to lose this thing here? There's the assault cannon barrage. Autocannon Chaos Terminators almost putting it under some serious pressure there. It's backing off, and looted tank now in trouble. This Techmarine chasing it down and takes it down. That Techmarine has killed so much stuff with that melter gun, it seems. 246, 158. Rhino, can he get away here? That's the Nemesis Force Halberd for the brother captain, and those Chaos Terminators make a huge mistake teleporting after that Rhino. Oh, he warped it out. There we go. That's why it used the global to warp them out of trouble. Would have lost them for sure with that halberd there. A splash damage power melee weapon. Doesn't have an armor upgrade. This guy's level 8, this brother captain. 1400 hit points without an armor upgrade, and he's floating over 1000 requisition. Is he gonna? Oh no, you can't drop a land raider. Doesn't have the red. Is he going for paladins? I think. 220158. Warboss being a nuisance in the mid. Double fire prisms, always a menace though. Here comes the Farseer. She does have spirit stones. Also has the armor of fortune. Was that the purgation? Yeah, he gets away with a single model. Warboss now going after this Terminator Librarian. What health has he got now? He's got over 1000 hit points. There's, wow, a nasty Wailing Doom from the avatar of Cain from GiDDoLo. Super unit for Eldar, passively buffs nearby infantry, and has some nasty killy abilities as well, as you saw there. Over 5000 hit points of super heavy infantry armor, so power and plasma weapons, as well as melter. Really effective versus it. 187, 158. Brother Captain being a nuisance. There's a special attack. Didn't knock down those heretics for some reason, but does force off the Havocs. And there you see the effect from the unending purge. 178, even 158 is close. 2-1 for red. Blue team have really been on the back foot since Fear lost his entire army, but he's now recovered with a looted tank which needs repairs and a knob squad, as well as a very angry Warboss level 4. I'm going to try and retake this power. Here is the melee dreadnought from Max. It does have the Dark Age of Technology plus, I think it's plus 200 hit points, taking it up to 1620 right now. 163, 158. Can the Avatar of Cain finish off final pushes Dreadnought? This would be a huge loss if he loses it. Level 4 Dreadnought. He's trying to get that last hit. Can he swing? Last Cannon now taking shots. There's a Rocks from Fear. That's a big gamble, and it doesn't pay off. Did not finish off the Dreadnought, and now this Avatar is in trouble. Yeah, he knows he wasted the Rocks. This Avatar's gonna go down now. Has Psy Cannons, has Vengeance, Sternguard Veterans, and a bunch of Grey Knight stuff. Down it goes. Yes, bad engagement for blue team. Just overextended the Avatar and wasted the Rocks. Paladins on the field for Caeltos. Terminator variant with these big Nemesis Demon Hammers, which are a beastly heavy melee weapon, will tear apart anything. Also passively buff nearby infantry. See the yellow buff circles on those Stone Guard veterans there. GiDDoLo still has his double fire prisms though, and he's using them reasonably well. 125, 158. Is it time for one of those guys to come west and help out Fear Nob Squad going after this Land Raider Redeemer that Max Power has? Looted tank also there. Land Raider Redeemer is basically a mobile base for the Space Marines. Has 2 Flamestorm cannons, an assault cannon on top, and a multi-melter on top. But it's going to go down here. Nob Squad finishing it off. They need to retreat now though. Do not be greedy. Do not be greedy. There is the retreat. Dreadnought might turn around and smack 1 or 2 of them. Force Commander in fact is going to do that as well. Bang, bang. There is Emperor's Fist in fact, but they do get away. Level 2 Nob Squad, and that was a big loss for Max on that side. 98, 158, 2-1 for red. So they are going to hold on here. One of these guys should have gone over to help, I think. GiDDoLo or Raffa. Raffa has a great unclean one on the way. GiDDoLo losing one of his fire prisms. 89, 158. Raffa still has his Chaos Terminator. He's lost his Chaos Space Marine somewhere. There's an Eldritch Storm, wipes out the Stormtroopers. The Dreadnought survives though. Now taking hits from the right lance, which is going to wipe out. There we go. This Dreadnought has been epic. 77, 158. Looks like red team are going to take this unless something nuts happens. And blue team are taking west side. Dreadnought in trouble, but so are these Terminators. Needs to teleport them away or something. Is that odd boys on them? Yeah, they do teleport away. Can they turn to engage it with the autocannon now? You see the global repair buff from Final Push, but this Dreadnought is done for. The Power Claw finishes it off. And Max has lost his Dreadnought and his Land Raider Redeemer in quite quick succession, so he's on the back foot over there against double looted tank and Nob Squad and a level 4 Warboss who's really pissed. Caeltos with a big retreat there. Final Push's Dreadnought continues to be a nuisance, and we have double las cannons from Final Push, so blue team want to avoid getting any more vehicles on the field. We do have another Avatar on the way for GiDDoLo. Is that a good choice? Should he go for some Dark Creepers or something, or a Seer Council? We'll see how it pays off. 74, 157. This little tank is going down. Down it goes. Had a melter bomb on it for good measure, but didn't need it. Level 10 Brother Captain for Caeltos has the Holy Armor of Titan up to 1951 hit points. Can Max push back against the west side? Has a plasma cannon, las cannon, heavy bolter, and Stern Guard veterans alongside some scouts, who I assume were there to repair stuff. Now there's nothing left to repair. The Force Commander with the Power Fist equipped. He can switch back to his Thunderhammer if he wants to, and I think that's what he should do because there's a Nob Squad to deal with here. 74, 157. This is the Chaos Sorcerer down. Great unclean one is up though. Super unit for Chaos. Over 6,000 hit points, very durable, but you do need to worship the big fella to get the most out of him. Not sure where his heretics are. They are back at base. And this Great Unclean was just going to take a lot of damage from his double las cannons and stuff. This is a Land Raider Crusader from Caeltos. Going to be dropped down. Max is making the push towards the VP. Is he going to teleport on this tank and smack it in the face? Or in the armor? No, he's switched back to the Thunderhammer. Decaps the VP. Now it's a single for red. Blue team don't have their natural. Here is the Avatar of Cain, and here is the Great Unclean one, and here is the Land Raider Crusader. Hurricane bolters on the side, sponsons, assault cannon, and a multi-melter. Can suppress infantry from range and do a lot of damage to super heavy infantry super units as well. Look at the damage it's doing to this Great Unclean one with those Hurricane bolters. 65, 157. Blue team desperately trying to push, but they need to back up their supers. Where's the rest of their stuff? GiDDoLo lost both of his fire prisms then, I guess. 65, 157. Great Unclean one is not going to last that much longer. Raffa just doing this push to stall, it looks like. And some Terminators hit the field for Final Push. Great Unclean one is going to go down, and he will explode and hurt a lot of stuff if they don't run away. but they do run away. And that Dreadnought still lives. Amazing. Avatar of Cain gets away. Blue team do have the west side. Max might need a hand getting it back. He dropped a drop pod in his base to reinforce his stuff. 65, 141. What is that? Is that a singularity? It must be. Where's the D cannon then? It was forced off. There we go. Paladins pushing. Gonna use their considerable health to try and decap, or are they? No, they're gonna go after this Avatar. Look at the damage it's taking from that Crusader. There's an Eldritch Storm right on top of the Land Raider Crusader, disabling it, doing a bunch of damage, but you need something backing it up to finish it off. Chaos Terminator is in trouble now. Look at the stuff they have to get through. There's a Doom Bolts. Farseer is there. Chaos Terminator is teleporting away, and there is Immortal from the level 10 brother captain. 65, 113. Now going after the Chaos Terminator and takes one down with a swing. West side is still blue. It's very close here. We see some Dark Creepers from GiDDoLo. Brother captain is still going. Those Chaos Terminators just about getting away. Good grief. Around 100 hit points, and a brother captain gets away. Here comes a Nob squad from Fear. Not resting on the west side. Wants to force off this Land Raider Crusader. 63, 106. 2-1 for red. They have both the naturals, and there's a lot of stuff to shift here to retake it. GiDDoLo's going to lose these squads, loses his Dark Creepers. Absolute chaos at the end of the game. 55, 106. Down goes the Warboss, and down go those Tank Busters, I believe they were. What was that? Yeah, has another Tank Buster squad though. And they still have the west side, but can they take their natural back? I don't think they can. There's just too much stuff here. Nob squad retreating through everything. Level 3 Nob squad, can they get away? Just about, maybe. 22 hit points, they do get away. Lots of expensive reinforcing to do though. Max is not pushing. Here comes the Force Commander. He has a Las Cannon Predator tank as well, and a Las Cannon Devastator squad. So if those tanks push forward, he can put pressure on them. Should get the shield for his Force Commander, I think, so he can avoid knockback teleporting into the Tank Busters. In fact, 29, 106. Blue's natural decapped, and both those commanders go down. GiDDoLo trying to revive with the Spirit Stone shield there. Big Wailing Doom, 29, 106. Avatar is going to be taken down, I think, the second to go down. Paladin's chasing it, but down it goes. Didn't need to get into melee combat. And red team should be able to cap this and should be able to see this out. What happened? The Force Commander went down. 29, 106. What is this? That's a singularity. There's an orbital bombardment on the face of that D cannon. Also, yeah, lifted both the D cannons up. Nob squad trying to push, but they're up against two entire armies here. It's not going to work. There's marked target to make it even worse, and they run away. Level 4 Terminator Librarian, almost 1300 hit point sluggers. What are they up to? Just getting slaughtered here. Just desperation from blue team, understandably. West side has been decapped, and it's a double for red. And there is the game. Crazy, crazy stuff. I'm sure I missed tons of action. In fact, I know I did. I missed lots of losses. So sorry about that, guys. Just busy looking at other stuff. Was a very interesting game. Lots of pressure from blue team towards red team's natural and the west side, but it all changed in that one very bad engagement for Fear, where he lost his entire army against Max's Dreadnought. Just overextended trying to take it on, and blue team, as they got more and more desperate, made more and more mistakes. Red team stayed strong, and a level 10 brother captain leading a line. Techmarine also level 10, wow. Force Commander level 6, level 6 Warboss, level 6 Farseer, and a level 6 Chaos Sorcerer. Awesome stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.